Let's take the #1 rated food tour in Florence, Italy. As soon as I showed up, I had Prosecco handed to me, so we were already off to a great start. But then we made our way to the first stop, which was this beautiful underground wine cellar. This tour was of the Otano, or the other side of the river in Florence, which is known to be the more trendy, authentic, local area of the city that has tons of really great bars and restaurants, like this one. We snacked on local meats like Tuscan prosciutto and finocchiona, as well as these little fig jam rice balls that were so freaking good, and you can only find them here. Then we made our way to the king of cheese. This man was the cutest man I think on the face of the planet. His parents opened this shop and he started working there at 14 and he's now 62, so he does know a thing or two about cheese. And because you can't not when you're in Florence, we made our way to one of the iconic wine windows that you can find in the city. This was like the third glass of wine so far. They were not joking when they said that there was a lot of drink on this tour, but we also paired it with bruschetta that had burrata cheese and tomatoes on top. It was freaking incredible. Next up was this tiny little family-owned restaurant where we tried gnudi. Gnudi is really typical from Tuscany, and it's basically the filling of the ravioli without the pasta. These were spinach and ricotta rolled in a sage and butter sauce, and yeah, they were amazing. You can't leave Florence without trying the signature cocktail of the city, which is a Negroni. A Negroni is composed of vermouth, Campari, and gin, or if you want a Negroni sfaiato, it's topped with Prosecco instead of gin. Negroni with Prosecco sfaiato. We paired it with ribollita, which is a Tuscan bread soup with vegetables. It's one of my favorite things to eat in the winter here. It's so flavorful, as well as Chingale Stew, which is wild boar and also very typical from Tuscany. I know that they don't look like much, but these were so amazingly flavorful. I could have licked the entire bowl, which I did. I scarpetted the heck out of that sauce. And because there's always room for dessert, we of course had to end with gelato. I had pistachio and almond, which if you've never had that flavor combination, you are missing out. I was so full, but I get why it's rated #1 now. It was amazing. I have done so many of their other food tours in Florence though, because they offer so many in the city, and they've never disappointed. So if you're in Florence, I can't recommend doing their tours more. It's the perfect way to see the city while also experiencing authentic local food.